So in the last entry in Rocksteady's Arkham series, we saw our hero Batman trapped in an entire asylum. So how do we up the stakes for the sequel? How about an entire city of insane nonsense? Oh, I cannot wait to get to Batman Arkham Planet, where the Joker has seized control of Uranus and gives Batman a solid pounding. But for now, we find out that Bruce Wayne has been arrested by someone called Hugo Strange, and everyone wants a piece of him because he's rich, and no one seems even slightly concerned about the fact that he has the physique of Batista. The handcuffed Bruce Wayne is attacked by thugs and manages to fight them off. Let's just think about this for a moment. Bruce Wayne is the CEO of a tech company, right? Imagine if Mark Zuckerberg got attacked while handcuffed and had the skills to fight off his assailants. Now let's also imagine that in the real world, there is a vigilante hero called Lizard Man, whose identity remains a secret but who has access to unlimited resources. Wouldn't somebody put two and two together at some point? Well, the Penguin doesn't, because he boots Bruce Wayne right in the nose and then tries to knock him out with knuckle dusters, only to have Bruce Wayne break his hand like he's scrunching up a ball of paper. After beating the shit out of his men and knocking Penguin out, Bruce climbs to the top of a nearby building to get his suit and become Batman again. I'm sure that nobody will notice that at the exact same moment Bruce Wayne disappeared, Batman just randomly showed up. Definitely not connected. Talking of stupidity, the plot of this game is that after all the shit that went down in Arkham Asylum, Gotham's government, encouraged by neckbeard villain Hugo Strange, decided to corner off a section of the city and turn it into a giant prison. Hasn't anybody seen Escape from New York? This is a bad idea, and before Batman can even get his bat-themed Y-fronts on, the city has been overtaken by supercriminals and is a complete hellscape. The first of the supercriminals Batman has to contend with is Two-Face, a man who looks like a yuppie had a baby with an anthropomorphic pepper army. He's taken Catwoman hostage and Batman has to save her. Rather than just, I don't know, throw her in a river, Two-Face has dangled her upside down above some miscellaneous gunk. This gives Batman the chance to drop down and kick the fuck out of the onlooking henchman. Rather than just pulling the lever to kill Catwoman, Two-Face decides to flip a coin and then try to shoot her, which gives her the chance to escape. Oh, she got him right on his good face. After Batman ties Two-Face up and does some of the worst flirting ever with Catwoman, seriously, he needs to pop a bat-themed little book of chat-up lines in his back pouch or something. Catwoman narrowly avoids getting a very risque temple piercing. Turns out the sniper was the Joker, so Batman sets off on his trail. Oh my fucking god, Harley Quinn is coming at us and oh, never mind.
So anyway, here's the deal. Mr. J is really not up to a visit right now. He's not feeling himself. Well, actually, he was earlier, but that's not what I meant.
Is she talking about the Joker wanking? I don't know how I feel about that. Do you reckon that when he's finished, a bunch of flowers pop out with like a noise? Oh god, I can't stop thinking about it now. Do you reckon someone on the internet has ever depicted the Joker knocking one out? No, definitely not. No, they wouldn't do that. I mean, I'll Google it when I'm in the bath later, but that's just to confirm my suspicions, if anything. Turns out the Joker is holed up in a steel mill, so we dive in head first, and as we're about to get into the Joker's room, Batman takes another massive boot to the face. By the end of this, Batman's going to take so many kicks to the bonce that his head will be shaped like a Doc Martin. Anyway, after the onslaught of goons, we finally make it to the Joker's lair, where we see a distraught Harley Quinn sobbing over an emaciated Joker. Batman bitch slaps her out the way to get a closer look, but it was a fake Joker. Should have known. No one who looks that ill has the energy to bash the Bishop. Batman is drugged and beaten and wakes up strapped to a chair and, oh god, no. Joker has put some of his blood in Batman. He's given him Joker AIDS. He's given him hepatitis-J. Turns out the Joker is ill and needs a cure before he dies, and he figures the best way to procure this is to infect Batman too. Maybe that's why he was choking the chicken earlier, but he obviously decided that blood was an easier way of getting the disease into Batman, and thank God for that. I don't want to see that. I'm sure no one on the internet has depicted Batman and Joker, together, have they? I mean, one second. I'll do some research. I'll add it to my list. Batman and Joker. Okay. I don't have any paper to hand, so I've just written it onto my thigh in crayon. Yes, I record these naked. Grow up. It's not just Batman that has hepatitis-J though. Turns out Joker has sent infected blood across Gotham, so after getting booted from a window while strapped to a wheelchair, Batman is in a race against time and his white blood cells to find a cure, and apparently Mr. Freeze is a key to procuring it. Turns out that Mr. Freeze has been kidnapped by Mr. Penguin, so Mr. Batman heads to the museum where Penguin is holed up. Aha! Batman, you're gonna regret coming here. When I'm done with you, I'm gonna grab your scrotum and go whoa, go, until you're like a bat-themed novelty finger puppet. Mr. Penguin sets a shit ton of goons on us, but Batman leaps around like the world's deadliest ferret and beats them all up. We follow Penguin into the iceberg lounge where he's stolen Mr. Freeze's ice gun and throws in the water, leaving scantily clad undercover police officers to get frostbitten. Batman has to tiptoe his way across the ice like he's touching cloth and Jesus Christ, there's a shark in here. Apparently Penguin's put it there? How? No wait, how did he smuggle a shark into Arkham City? Am I to believe that one of his henchmen has the world's largest anal cavity? After rescuing the police officers, Batman confronts Penguin, but he's still got Mr. Freeze's super powerful ice gun, which Batman does not know how to counter. It's Ice Batman. Have you not got a bat-themed lighter in that fanny pack or what? Batman decides to seek out Mr. Freeze for advice. We find him in some kind of animal exhibit like he's the world's largest iguana. He stumbles about and collapses because he needs his suit. Mr. Freeze tells Batman that they aren't friends, at which point Batman loses his mind and rips the vial of liquid from Mr. Freeze's heart, which is keeping him alive, and starts pouring it out in front of him, which visibly causes Mr. Freeze intense pain and forces him to tell Batman that his ice gun can be disabled by a device on his suit. Jesus, Batman, that's a bit 24, isn't it? Torture? Isn't that against your back code or something? Right, well, better get Mr. Freeze's suit as quick as possible. Time is ticking, Batman. Ah, fuck. Alright, we grab what we need from Mr. Freeze's suit and head back to... Ah, for fuck! Most of the ice has melted now, so Batman has to tug himself around like the Joker had been earlier. But what about the shark? Well, it leaps out to try and eat Batman's face off, but he literally kicks the shit out of it and sends it flying. I've heard of jumping the shark, but does it still apply if you put the shark into a coma? We make it back to Penguin and we make short work of him now that we can disable his weapon. Batman literally uppercuts him about 10 meters into the air, but Penguin isn't done. Oh no, he's got a final trick up his little Lambeth sleeve. It's the immortal zombie killing machine, Solomon Grundy. Now, those of you who've watched my video on Arkham Asylum, and if you haven't watched it, then go sellotape your gonads to a windmill, will remember that the previous game in this series had awful boss fights. Well, Arkham City now has, drumroll please, some good boss fights. Bravo Rocksteady. At this rate, by the time we get to Arkham Cosmos, we'll have some really great ones. For Solomon Grundy, you have to blow up these cores embedded in the floor with explosive gel, or else Mr. Grundy will use them to continuously regain health. As I said, it's a marginal improvement, and at least it's not, here's a load of henchmen, go buck wild Batman. So we smash Solomon's Grundy, which leads the Penguin to try and take us down with rockets, but Batman flings him around like a snotty tissue and it's job done. When we return to Mr. Freeze, he starts torturing Mr. Penguin for about 5 seconds, and Mr. Batman's all like, no, that's wrong, Mr. Freeze. Fuck off, Batman. You fucking ripped Mr. Freeze's heart out and yeeted it. You can't take the moral high ground. Mr. Freeze tells Batman that he's created a cure, but it degrades too quickly. And to fix it, he'd need some kind of like super particle that can't die, like bacteria Jesus or something, and Batman figures out that some geezer called Ra's al Ghul probably has it in his blood. As soon as he said Raish's name though, this random woman who just happened to be chilling in a display case goes buck wild and legs it. Batman chases her down and eventually she leads him to Wonder City where Raish is. Batman has a swig of tomato juice to get his beak wet when, oh my God, oh, that was lukewarm. Revolting. Batman's really not doing good, and he pretty much stumbles arse first into a ninja ambush. Fortunately though, the leader of the ninjas is an ex-girlfriend. Oh, hi love, it's been years, how have you been? Oh, ow. After the rocky introduction, Batman woos her with his charm, but she's so disgusted by his blue cheese face that she recoils in horror. Don't worry, Batman. Happens to me all the time. Do what I do. Wear a balaclava when trying to seduce a lady. They'll think it's cool and mysterious. So Batman's ex-girlfriend Talia agrees to let Batman meet her dad Ra's al Ghul, but only if he passes the demon trials and becomes the new leader of the ninjas. Oh, I am so excited. What mountains will Batman have to climb to pass these trials? Which beast must he slay? What miracles must he work? Oh, is this it? Gliding along a specific path. Hey Raish, have you ever heard of a game called Nights into Dreams? I think that the character in that game might be your version of Jesus. Anyway, after gliding about for ages, we pass the trials and are welcomed into Raish's chambers. Ooh. But rather than a celebratory bumming, he asks Batman to thrust his sword deep inside of him, but in the chest, not in the anus. Batman refuses because, oh, I can't kill anybody. I mean, I can permanently paralyze people. I can leave them tied upside down for hours in the darkness, but no murder. Oh, I always hated this about Batman. When you see the Joker next, just cut his head off and fling it into a field. No more Joker. But no, I can't do that because I cannot cross crossed that line. Get fucked, Batman. Talking of getting fucked, Raish is so angry that Batman won't penetrate him with his sword that he becomes a boss battle. This time it goes all abstract. Batman has to beat down these sandmen before shooting Raish with an electrical charge. Suppose it was just too much to ask for an entire game without a boss fight which boils down to fight 3 lots of pricks. Eventually Raish takes his own daughter hostage and tells Batman that unless he agrees to kill Raish, he'll kill Talia. One swift batarang and Raish is blood sucked and tossed to the ground anyway. Batman's got what he needed here, so he heads back to Mr. Freeze, who is now suited and booted. However, Mr. Freeze puts the cure in his safe and decides not to help Batman and instead tries to kill him. I wonder why. Might it be because Batman fucking tortured him? The actual reason, to be fair, is that Joker stole his wife, Mrs. Freeze, who was apparently a giant ice pop, but I'm sure the torture made the decision a little easier for him to make. I'm not too mad though, because this is the best boss fight in the game. The area is like a toy box full of things Batman can use to sneak attack. Mr. Freeze patrols around looking for Batman, but is too powerful to take head on, so Batman has to use stealth to take him by surprise. However, after utilising a particular technique, e.g. sneaking up from behind and bashing him on the buns, Mr. Freeze does something to stop Batman from reusing the same strategy, e.g. holding a laser between his bum cheeks. It's really clever and it tests the player's skill in something other than combat. Highlight of the game for me. After it's done, Batman goes a bit mad rhythmically punching Mr. Freeze before opening his safe to find that Joker has already beaten him to it. Batman races to the steel mill which the Joker is using as a base of operations, and when he gets in there he sees someone dangling from a hook and decides to rescue him. Okay, letting him down. Okay, good. He's a goon, right? Is he going to hit me? Can I hit him? No, he must be a friendly goon. Oh, that's nice. Bye, friendly goon. Now, let's get the explosive gel and... Oh! No, friendly goon, why? Batman catches up to the Joker, but he's looking better than ever. He must have cured his hepatitis-J. He challenges Batman to Queensberry rules, but after Batman smashes his head into the ground like a cricket wicket, he calls in the Goon Brigade. Batman kicks the shit out of all of them before getting randomly squished by the collapsing ceiling. He's at the Joker's mercy now, but his ex-girlfriend comes in just at the right second and offers the Joker a trade. If he spares Batman, he can become the leader of the ninjas and gain immortality just like Raish. Oh god, an immortal clown. Children will never be safe again. Batman faints and is rescued by Catwoman, who I think might also be his ex. Batman only goes for women who can snap someone's neck with their thighs. Batman finds that Hugo Strange, the neckbeard I mentioned earlier, has ordered his men to bombard Arkham City. His real plan wasn't to create a giant prison, but to get all the criminals in one area so he could enact Protocol 10, which would instruct his men to kill them all at once. Seems like the very definition of overkill in my mind. Batman climbs up Wonder Tower to stop Hugo Strange, who has ingeniously protected himself with a door sealed by a password that Batman guesses in about half a minute. Gotham Saviour, not even an underscore. Very weak password. I guarantee Hugo Strange has definitely been pwned. Batman flings Hugo around the room a bit before switching off Protocol 10. Hugo boasts about his power and influence. Okay, here goes. This boss fight is gonna be Oh, great. Thanks, Raish. Turns out Raish had promised Hugo that he could be the new leader of the ninjas if he succeeded at killing the criminals, but he failed, so he gets sworded. He doesn't go without a fight though. He makes like a Voltorb and self-destructs, causing Raish and Batman to fly out the window. Oh, here we go. Don't worry, Raish. I'll save you. I'm Batman. I never let anyone die. Oh, for fuck! Fortunately, Batman lands just in front of a giant screen as the Joker has prepared a show. I don't know what he would have done if Batman hadn't gone near a TV. Sent him a Snapchat, poked him on Facebook, sent him a heart on Bebo, I don't know. Joker has taken Batman's ex-girlfriend hostage, but when Batman shows up to rescue her, it turns out she didn't really need much help and skewers the Joker like the world's most rancid kebab. Is that it for the Joker? Of course not. They're not just going to kill the Joker, are they? They couldn't do that. Turns out Talia stabbed the fake Joker, and the real Joker is very much still being ravaged by Joker AIDS. So who was the fake Joker? Apparently it was this walking pile of diarrhea called Clayface who can change shapes at will. Final boss fight. It's not awful, and it's definitely better than the Joker boss from Arkham Asylum, but it's still pretty mediocre. You dodge Clayface's flails before freezing him with ice bombs and then chopping him into little clay slices. Bit of a shame that the Joker isn't really the last boss fight, but to be fair, he is dying, and I imagine that a boss fight against a terminally ill clown would be quite depressing. With Clayface splattered across Arkham City, it's left to Batman to decide whether to cure the Joker or let the hepatitis-J have him. Before he can make up his mind, the Joker shanks him, causing him to drop the cure. Without it, the Joker literally dies laughing. Why is this so emotional? I'm not emotional. Why is Batman carrying him out like he's Jesus? It's the Joker, you shouldn't be sad about this. Wait, is that Batman singing under his breath? I know you've got a little life in your left. I know you got a lot of strength left. I know you got a little life in your left. I know you got a lot of strength left. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. Well, that's all done. Arkham City is saved. Remember that crate of Titan venom that Killer Croc stole at the end of Arkham Asylum? Well, Rocksteady didn't. So yeah, that was Arkham City. Better in some ways, worse in others. Batman is still a prick, as I am, for putting these videos out for you to watch, and as you are, viewer, for watching them, and then proceeding to watching the other videos, and then subscribing, blah 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 blah. Fucked it up. Bye bye. Joker, it's me, your Batman, so come home, man. So cold, I've been at your window. Whack.